Hi everyone, it's Mary Street. To learn more about my services or to learn how you can enter into my daily angel reading giveaway, please visit the links below. Please like and subscribe and share this message with anyone you feel might be open to it. So tonight I'm actually creating this video because of Mercury retrograde, and Mercury went retrograde on the 5th and will go direct on the 26th. And if you're a sensitive, you might have actually felt Mercury go retrograde, the effects of it probably in the last couple weeks. And for sensitives, generally there's some residue energy the post Mercury retrograde, so the following 2 weeks after it goes direct. So don't think you're crazy or you're losing it. Highly sensitive people actually feel the energy start to shift out into the universe before it actually appears. So the reason why I'm doing this is I just wanted to give you a card reading around it, and also to give you a little Reiki healing around it, just in case it becomes a little overwhelming for you. So my feeling about this particular Mercury retrograde is that it fully has not gone full board yet. So when this Mercury retrograde is the first of the new year, and this retrograde actually happens in Capricorn. So we could actually see some transformation in our thinking around our careers, our long-term goals and ambitions, anything regarding our security or responsibilities. During this time as well, we also might uncover some deep-seated fears or beliefs and assumptions that have truly been holding us back in all areas of our life, whether it's career, finance, health, relationships. So honestly, the best advice I give for Mercury retrograde is just to go with the flow and to not fight it. Because really what you resist persists, and it's going to be here anyway. So just know things are probably going to get wonky. For me personally, what I experience is appointments go haywire. I put something in the wrong place. It happened today. And I just have to go, you know what? That's what it is, and we'll all survive. We'll be out of this on the 26th, but really just kind of surf through this and know that this too shall pass. So what I'm going to do is I actually am going to be using 4 cards to represent 4 main areas. So starting with the card from the left to the right, because we always read from left to right, the first card position is going to be the head position. So this is where you are in your head. It's about mental awareness and attitude. And with each of the chakras, I'm going to correlate this with the chakras, the archangels are actually connected to each of the chakras. So parts of this reading are going to be connected to a couple of the chakras, and I'm going to actually give you some Reiki energy healing to go along with that. Anytime that you feel or you're a little overwhelmed, just come back and watch this video. You'll receive the same healing energy as you did the first time. So this is kind of out there to help you actually just kind of get through this time period. The second card position is the throat. And this is where the chakra of the throat is the only chakra that actually communicates how the rest of the other energy centers are doing. So this is about the thoughts and ideas that are really ready to be communicated. Next, we move to the third card, which will represent the torso position. So this is in regards to emotions, the heart, reproduction, like the womb, sexual organs, and the last card will be the foot position. So this is regarding like your root chakra. So this is really about your footing. It's about your possessions, your career, daily routines, and living habits. So it's kind of like being grounded. So we're going to take a look at all these different areas. And again, I've correlated the tarot cards to match these 4 areas, and then we're going to tap into the energy of the archangels that work in these specific 4 areas. So alrighty, so we're going to go ahead and turn the cards over and see what the angels have to share with us today. And so we're going to actually start with the root chakra, And this is kind of the footing, and actually kind of goofed because actually we're going to be moving this time from the right to the left. So excuse me, never mind what I just said. We're going to go right to left because I want to go in the correct order. All right. So the root chakra is connected with Archangel Sandalphon. So Sandalphon is the archangel that brings our prayers closest to God. So again, this area here is defined by kind of how we stand in the world. So let's turn this card over. See what it looks like, a reverse card already. So you might want to pay close attention to the cards that are reversed. This is where the angels are telling us to really focus. So let's see what this card is. 3 of air, great sadness, time to heal, the need to forgive for yourself and others. So this is reversed. So this is saying this is the time where you're letting this go. Remember what I just talked about when Mercury in retrograde with Capricorn. This is a time of releasing. So perhaps right now during this time, you're just going to really just let things go. You're just not going to hold on to harboring resentment. You're just going to take a deep breath and go, you know what? I'm just going to really ready to communicate, which 3 is a number of communication, to the universe that, you know what, I don't really need to hold myself back anymore, that I can actually sit in my truth and speak what I want and just really stand on some secure footing. So I'm going to invite you, please, to place your attention on your heart chakra, because the heart chakra is actually where all healing begins. And we're going to ask the energy of Archangel Sandalphon to join us. And I'm just going to actually start putting the energy of the Chakras there. Tonight I'm going to actually anchor the rest of the Reiki symbols, including the long distance symbol. So just want to anchor that here for you. Take a deep breath and just draw that right into your root chakra, which that's the area you sit down on. Okay. Now, we're going to be moving to the second card, which represents the torso or the sacral, also the solar plexus. So this card's covering 2 areas. So let's see. It looks like it's a reverse card as well. So I'm going to turn it upright. Page of Earth, scholarly, dependable, patient, successful, good news about financial matters, wanting to do something more challenging, a new area of study. So it is reversed, but I'm going to just read it just here for just a second. So to me, this means perhaps you might experience a financial setback, or if it's not even a setback, perhaps a mix-up. So watch your bank accounts this month. You just want to make sure that what you're doing is really like crossing your T's and dotting your I's this time around. So this is really about tapping into your own grounding. Make sure that you look at all the areas of especially around the sacral chakra, which is the creation, and also the solar plexus, which is bringing that creation out into the universe. The sacral also, again, talks about the physical, the reproduction area. So it is reversed. So again, the angels are just really saying, it's time to just really take a deep look at that area and just be aware of what might be coming in for you. So if you are, if your emotions are kind of running rampant right now, remember to check in, because that is one of the things that really is affected during the Mercury retrograde. So you just want to be conscious of what you say, and before you say it, because you can't take it back, just make sure that what comes out of your mouth comes out with grace. So the area of the sacral chakra is associated with Archangel Samuel. So he helps us in love. He helps us with our confidence in our career matters. So that's very interesting, because that's what this really is talking about. So Just always really love the energy of the angels. So then we're going to actually hook with this area, the area of the solar plexus. So this chakra is associated with Archangel Uriel. So he is about intellect, information, solutions. He's just very practical. So we tap into that energy when we just want to get some brilliant ideas, which again, that area is in usually ideas spur from the sacral chakra, and we need the solar plexus is a strong energy to bring those creative ideas forward. Most people get stuck in the solar plexus because they don't have enough self-esteem to bring ideas forward. So if that's the situation and you just are really feeling stuck, or you're feeling like your self-esteem is taking a hit and you just don't feel confident, we're going to actually tap into the energy of these two areas with both of the archangels. So I'm going to invite you to place your attention on your torso. And we're going to call in the angel of Archangel Chamuel first. And you could actually imagine holding a rose-colored rose there in full bloom, and just place your attention there. I'm going to actually set another power symbol there. Gives you a little more power in that area. There it goes. Take a deep breath right there. And now we're going to actually tap into the energy of Archangel Uriel. And what I'm going to ask you to do is place your attention again on your torso and imagine a large rose in full bloom in the color of amber. I'm going to actually set the color, I'm going to set the power symbol there. Take a deep breath and just draw that in. All right, so now we're going to move on. Let me put this card back. And we're going to move on to the throat area. So let's see what this card is. 8 of Water, a desire to move on, the search for something more meaningful, spiritual and emotional growth. So again, this particular area is the only area that speaks for the rest of the chakras. So I forgot to mention actually on the last card that the torso also is involving the heart. So I had touched on it a little bit about if you get emotional, to really consider watching what you say. And I'm going to actually go backward before we go into this last card. We're going to tap into the energy of Archangel Raphael. And he's associated with healing. So if for some reason you get your feelings hurt or you hurt somebody else, you could also send healing energy to the other party as well as yourself, and just do some energy work out into the universe. You do not have to be an expert in it. All you have to do is tap into the energy of Archangel Raphael and ask him for his help. So we're going to actually take a moment here right now. And if you want to place your attention on your heart chakra, I'm going to ask you please to place a large rose in full bloom in the color of like a deep green. I'm going to tap into the energy of Archangel Raphael, set the power symbol, take a deep breath, and just draw that energy into your heart center. The roses, by the way, anchor the energy and disperse it as you need it. I am going to ask the archangels to please hold the energy for you until this retrograde passes. But know again that anytime you want to watch this video, you'll receive the same healing energy as you did the very first time. All right, now we're going to go into the throat chakra. And again, the throat is the chakra that communicates for all of the chakras. And this is, again, regarding speaking about thoughts or ideas that are being ready to be communicated. So this card is the 8 of Water. And the 8 of Water is a very emotional card because water is about emotion. So let's see what this is. See what it says. Again, a desire to move on, search for something more meaningful, spiritual and emotional growth. I wanted to go over that again because I had touched on it just basically. So again, 8s are about as above as below. You just want to make sure that whatever you're communicating this time, especially during Mercury retrograde, is done in love, positive light. I think people tend to miscommunicate, or their messages are misconstrued, especially texts. I think text is kind of a funny thing. Like, you can look at a text and it might mean one thing to one person, but the other person might read it, and wherever they are in their energy, they might think, oh, that person doesn't like me, or they might misconstrue the energy around that. So again, be very, very careful about what you speak and how it comes out in other thought forms. So this Archangel Archangel Michael is associated with this chakra. So he is the one that actually helps us emotionally, spiritually, by protecting us. So we might need that this month. We never know. I'm going to actually anchor the energy of his beautiful blue light. If you'd like to, please place your attention on your throat chakra and imagine a large blue rose there. Actually set the power symbol there in the throat energy, throat section. Take a deep breath and just draw it right into your throat. All right, very good. All right. And so now we're going to be moving on into the head position. And this particular card is going to correlate with the crown chakra. It's the 9 of air. Okay, so I would have written, I can't see that far. So expecting the worst, self-fulfilling prophecies, sleepless nights. So simply do not be in your head about this stuff at this time. So the head position is about mental awareness and attitude. So, sometimes I think we get into a space, especially around Mercury retrograde, where again, things are miscommunicated. It's our way or the highway, and sometimes we just get set in because of ego. So this is really saying to you, don't expect trouble. Basically, think of the positive things you want to happen during Mercury retrograde, and don't get hooked on the fear. I think there's so much out there about getting hooked on the fear, but to me, it's kind of like using this time to just really be introspective, to be kind and considerate. I never expect really anything to go wrong, although sometimes it does, but I never expect the worst, because why would we want to draw that to us? So remember, fear is like a magnet that sticks to you. So, only expect positive things. And if something goes wrong, it's like Murphy's Law. Just go back and say you're sorry if something, if you goofed up, and just forgive yourself, So I actually had a discussion with the angels last night, because they were saying, in order to really do some healing work, you can't be up in your head because it's too small of a space. You literally have to drop into your heart chakra, because that's the area in our energy system that's very expansive. So instead of being in your head, be in your heart and come from that heartfelt space. So this is the last area that we'll be covering, and this area is associated with Archangel Zadkiel. And he helps us in gaining clarity, forgiving, and new ideas. So he also helps us with emotional healing and clearing any negative vibrations. So I'm going to ask you to place your concentration on your crown chakra, which is about a foot above your head. And I'm going to ask you to imagine that it is a beautiful kind of a lapis color. So it's a kind of this rich blue color. You could actually go online and find the color lapis lazuli, and that's the color. So go ahead and place your attention there on your crown chakra. Imagine a large blue rose in full bloom, and we're going to start with a power symbol. Set the energy, draw that energy right into your crown chakra, and take one big deep breath. Here we go. And what that does is it moves the chi, or the energy, through your body. So basically what happens is all these energies are starting to mix together to give you a really powerful, strong energy. And I just felt that come through. I don't know if any of you guys did, but when it started mixing up, I'm like, whoa, that's really strong. So just drink plenty of water, Remember to take some deep breaths if the energy was very strong for you coming in. If you haven't done any healing work, the Archangel energy and angel energy is so different than working with spirit guide energy. It's almost the purest form of energy that there is. So when it comes in and you're ready for it, it's only going to give you how much you can receive. But when it comes in and you're really ready, it can come in very, very strong. So remember to always ask your angels to help you, especially during this time period. They're always there to help you and to love and guide you. So I hope you enjoyed this special presentation on the Mercury retrograde. And I have a feeling I'll be doing a few more of these, especially around new moon, full moon. We'll see what the angels have to say. All right, it's been a blessing to read for you, and I will see you next reading, but wishing you a blessed Mercury retrograde. Remember, this too shall pass. All right. Blessings.